You know, we throw the word brand around all the time, but what does it actually mean? Well, if you think it's just about a logo, you're really only seeing the tiny tip of the iceberg. So today, we're going to dive deep and uncover that hidden 9/10, the part that truly makes a brand powerful. Let's get right into it. All right, so let's just start with that simple question. When I say the word brand, what's the very first thing that pops into your head? For most people, it's probably something very specific, something you can see. And yeah, for most of us, it's a logo. That simple, easy to recognize image that a company slaps on everything. And look, you're not wrong, but you're also not seeing the whole picture, not even close. A logo is just one tiny piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. I mean, think about it. Your brain processes these symbols instantly, right? You see the swoosh and you're not just seeing a check mark. You're thinking athlete, performance, maybe just do it. You see those golden arches and you might think of fries, fast service, or a family road trip. And the Apple logo, that's not a piece of fruit. It's creativity, clean design, premium tech. See, the logo is just the trigger. The feeling it sparks, that's the real brand at work. And that right there, that brings us to a really crucial turning point. To really understand this, we have to move past just the visual mark. We need to completely redefine what a brand actually is. So let's just get this out of the way, loud and clear, so there is zero confusion. A brand is not a logo. A logo is a symbol. It's a useful shortcut for the brand. Getting that distinction is the absolute key to everything else we're about to talk about. Okay, so if it's not the logo, then what is it? Well, here's the best definition you're gonna find. A brand is a person's gut feeling. Just think about that for a second. It's not something you can hold. It's not what the company says it is. It's what you believe it is. It's a reputation. And that reputation, it isn't built in some fancy design studio. It's built one experience at a time. This whole idea leads us perfectly to the core concept for today, a simple rule that will completely change how you look at the companies all around you. We're talking about the 9/10 rule. So what is this big game-changing rule? What's the one single principle that really explains how the world's most incredible brands are built? It all comes down to this simple fraction, 9/10. Here's what that really means. And there it is, the big secret. 90% of what actually makes up a brand is totally invisible. It's all the stuff happening behind the curtain. The best way to picture this is with that classic iceberg metaphor. The logo, the colors, the cool packaging you see, that's just the tip. That's the tiny 10% you can see floating above the water. So let's break it down. Up top, in that visible 10%, you have all the familiar stuff. The logo, the colors, the slogans. But underneath the surface, that's where the massive foundation is, the invisible 90%. This is the real engine of the brand. Its core strategy, how it handles customer service, the culture inside the company, its reputation, and its deepest values. I mean, you can have the most beautiful logo in the world, but if the customer service is terrible, what's your gut feeling gonna be? Okay, so we've got this cool iceberg model, but so what? Why is this so important? How does knowing about this hidden 90% actually change anything for you out there in the real world? It all really boils down to this one powerful idea. A logo is just a visual input. It's information your eyes see. But a brand? A brand is an emotional output. It's how you feel long after you've walked away. That's the part that sticks. So here's the bottom line for you. You are constantly interacting with that invisible 90%. Every single day. That friendly barista who remembers your coffee order? That's the brand at work. That super easy, no questions asked return policy? That's the brand. And yeah, that incredibly frustrating automated phone menu you got stuck in? Unfortunately, that's the brand too. Great brands are built on a solid strategy, not just a pretty coat of paint. And now you know how to spot the difference. So I'll leave you with a final thought to chew on. Now that you get the 9/10 rule, start looking for that invisible 90% in your own life. Think about the companies you absolutely love and the ones you can't stand. What's the gut feeling they give you? What are the invisible brands that are really shaping your world?